people. Happy Thanksgiving. Since I know I said I'd be on here at 10 Eastern, I end up running late because I end up on the phone with my baby brother and my nieces and nephews. So I'm sorry I'm running late. And I know I said I was going to get the members only stream going, but I unfortunately been behind today, y'all. And I never really got any sleep today, so the heck. So you can say I've pretty much been up for the last 24 hours almost. Actually, longer than that. I've probably been up for a little over 26, 27 hours. So I almost wasn't going to come on, but I told y'all I'd come back on tonight. So here I am, beautiful people. So I hope y'all's Thanksgiving has been fabulous. And y'all been doing a lot of wonderful things, spending time with friends and family, making the most of today, as it is a wonderful day to celebrate and a wonderful day to be thankful. So just as much as I'm thankful to have y'all here with me and those who will be coming in, I appreciate y'all very much. And I appreciate all y'all's love and support. It means the world to me. So thank you, everybody. Ooh, no, I can't show her. So I just got done doing the general collective reading for the Patreon members and YouTube memberships. And it was interesting because in between the phone call with my loved ones and also doing those readings, I got a song in my head and it hasn't left me since then. So I don't know if someone's gotten into a fight with their significant other, but if you have, I would encourage you to apologize even if you're not in the wrong. Because unfortunately, some people are very prideful and some people don't know how to apologize. It seems like those words seem to leave people, and I know it's crappy for some people. Like, I can hear some of y'all right now saying, Amanda, no, if I didn't do anything wrong, I'm not apologizing. I know, I get it, trust me. But at the same time, it's hard, I think, for some people to express their emotions. And you can even say it hurts people's ego to come and apologize. Or, you know, you end up finding sometimes that some people will be like, okay, well, yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I am wrong, but look at what you did too. So you go and point the finger at each other instead of just, you know, coming with it and saying, listen, you know, I don't think I'm the only person wrong here, but I'll take accountability for my part in this, and I'm apologizing for my part, whatever that is. That's kind of how you do it, but I feel like it's going to be more than just an apology, but apologizing is a good start. So if you have been fighting with someone, it doesn't have to be romantic, but I do feel like it is. Apologize even if you haven't done anything wrong. Because it kind of makes you, yes, having to be the adult, having to be the bigger person. But it shows a different level of maturity. And it also, you know, from my perspective, it makes it to where that person can be more vulnerable with you. They'd be more trusting into being able to express themselves to you. You know, because sometimes, like I said, Some people can be very prideful, and no matter what you say or do, they just won't until you start it first, and then you might finally get that apology from them. So it shouldn't have to be that way, but for some people, that's just the way it works. Don't ask me, y'all. I didn't make the rules. That's just how the dynamics of humanity. Not everybody works the same. Not everybody thinks the same, but, and I also know that even if, let's just say, you feel like you're not wrong and your person's in the wrong, getting that apology, well, maybe they don't know how to express it, but maybe it's in their actions instead, which, you know, I think actions speak louder than words, and I think all of y'all can agree with me on that. But does it help to hear the words? Of course. But maybe for them, it's just going to be in their actions. And they might do things that let you know that they're genuinely sorry. So that's half the battle there. So just give it a chance, beautiful people. Good evening, Andre. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, baby. Did you have a good day? I hope you haven't been fighting with anybody. Because I don't know who it is I picked up on, but y'all ever heard that song? I mean, some of y'all will be old enough for this, but some of y'all, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. That song by Chicago called Hard to Say I'm Sorry. And I think there was a boy band that remade the song in recent years. Like a pop R&B band. I think it's called As Yet, it's the name. So that song's been playing in my head. So if y'all got into a fight with someone, whether it's romantic, family, or friends, sometimes it's hard to apologize, even when you're not wrong. And yes, I understand sometimes you shouldn't have to apologize when you feel you haven't done anything wrong, but sometimes that's what it takes to, in order to hear the apology from the other person, or for them to actually come to the table and say, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry to blah, blah, blah. So, oh, Andre, my day's been fabulous, baby. I spent Thanksgiving with 3 people, me, myself, and I. No, it's been good. I've been enjoying the peace and quiet. Talked to my brother and my nieces and nephews, and did a couple of paid readings, and did a couple of readings for my memberships. So it's been good. So I didn't get any sleep, but that's okay. As I used to say growing up, I'll sleep when I'm dead. No, that's sweet of you, baby. But I did get some food dropped off to me. My neighbor came by the other day, rang my doorbell. Never met him before. And asked if they can drop off some food. Okay. So I thought that was very sweet of them. Very considerate. So there was some food. I got to have a Thanksgiving meal minus the turkey. I don't eat turkey. I can't stand turkey. I don't care how much gravy you put on it. It's just dry to me. Just like fried chicken. But, so yeah, I munched on that. I've just been working. So, hopefully y'all have had a wonderful day. Hello, Tim. Thank you, Con. Yes, it was very nice of my neighbor. I mean, I think I've seen the woman once or twice, but never spoken to her before, so it was nice for her to come over and officially introduce herself. Night. Am I supposed to know it? Because if it means what I think it does, you're not gonna like me. But anyways. So I heated that up and they had some pecan pie in there too, which I'm not a big fan of, but I took a bite of it. It was alright. I do miss my daddy's cooking though. You know, he was the one that did all the cooking in my house, including the holiday cooking. And even though some of his food used to be so very salty, I would still give anything just to eat his salty freaking food. You know, just to know he's here. So, night, how about you get lost instead of telling me what to do? Because you obviously don't have any manners. Hello, Zach. Maybe they watched me live. I don't know, Tim. Maybe. It would surprise me. Because I would have thought they would know that. But you never know. Hello, April. I know, Zach. They're so rude. Come here trying to tell me what to do on my own channel. It's like, no, the only time you can tell me what to do is when you put money in my bank account. Then okay. So I hope y'all have had a wonderful day. The weather's been nice. You would never tell me what to do. Oh, well, I appreciate that, Zach. I know you would ask me nicely. There's a difference in asking nicely and having some manners than just flat out saying it. It's really cold. Yeah, it's been chilly here, but I think it was warmer earlier today with the sun out. Unlike the other day, it was cold. Oh, well, that's awesome, honey. You have a nice Thanksgiving. I only speak English. So what y'all have for Thanksgiving? Who in here cooked? I'm curious. You smoked a hog? Now that sounds good. I can eat, I do prefer like ham and all that over turkey. Thank you, BMW. Made some mashed potatoes. Yeah, I guess I'd probably prefer that too. With some gravy. What does it taste like? I've never had it, so I can't speak on it. That sounds good, April. I would have liked that. I like stuffing and the French fries. That all sounds good. That's the kind of food that will cause you to have a heart attack. Kind of food. No. You don't need to see my outfit. How about, I know, Zach, they should be doing like some twirls for me instead. Always coming on here talking about, why don't you stand up and do a 360? What do you think this is? OnlyFans? Try again. Hello, Carolyn. It sounds good. Hello, Alex. It's like, I don't know what they think they're gonna see. Yeah, you'll be right about that too, baby. I don't want to see. I'd be afraid to see. I'd be afraid to see some guys in their tidy whities with some Cheeto dust. Oh my goodness. And that makes me laugh. I know there's a guy that makes all these shorts, and I know he calls them whitebacks. Oh no. Yes, y'all are. Y'all make me laugh. Andre, you working tomorrow? I will never ever understand why anybody would think I'm Native American. It will never ever make any sense to me, but you know. Aw, that's very sweet of you, April. Y'all are too. You know, Zach, I was talking to someone about that the other day, and they said the same thing. They'll never understand why anybody would think I'm Native American. That it clearly shows I'm not Native American. And I had to sit there and say to them, it's like, well, not everyone is worldly, we'll say. You better pick that out, so. I don't know. Maybe it's my colored eyes, too. Can't quite put my finger on it. Aside from the dark hair and the tan complexion. I think that's why so many people be so shocked to see that my mama is blonde hair and brown eyes, and my grandma's a redhead. What freaking symbol are you talking about? There's not a Native American symbol on the back. Oh, that's a beautiful mix, April. Alex, no. Native American people, there's nothing wrong with them. But, you know, I guess it's one of them things about why does it matter? You know, why can't I just be a human being like you? I mean, because let's be honest, we all bleed the same, right? Because I can promise you, if I were to meet you, you would never hear anything like that from me. And it would not matter what your ethnicity is. I don't see people that way. I don't want to be judged that way, so I don't judge people that way. I look inward. I don't focus on the outside. Very true too, Zach. April, I'm part Scandinavian, so I know it's not necessarily Swedish, but it is and it isn't. So I guess that's probably where the blue eyes come from in my family, because my grandfather was blonde hair and blue eyes. So I like, you know, I like culture. I think all cultures are different and more and all beautiful in their own unique ways. This is true too, Zach. You know what's funny though, baby? People would still say that we're still part Native American. They would still classify us as that, depending on who you ask. Aw, well, thank you. But yes, Pacific Islanders, aka Hawaiian, Samoan, we are. Oh, I know that, baby. But, you know, some people, they would still throw them in the same category because of part of the Hawaiian Islands. Yes, they are, baby. Some are, but that's okay. All we can do is, you know, help educate people. I try and give people the benefit of doubt, but then some people, I think it's one thing, and this is the one thing I don't like, is when people come in here and assume they know what I am instead of just asking me. You know, like the question, are you Native American? It's like, if you're not absolutely 1000% sure, you shouldn't ask and just ask me instead, you know, what's your ethnicity? That, I mean, that's to me, that's the correct way to ask somebody instead of just assuming you already know. Because I had somebody come in here months ago. Would have sworn. Would have sworn up and down I was Native American. And even wanted to argue with one of my mods about it. And my mod told him, I can promise you she's not. And so this, you know, this guy that wanted to argue was saying, oh, I know my people. Yeah, apparently you don't. Not in this case, because you're wrong. Yeah, he didn't like hearing that. So when I had to sit there and tell him, it's like, yep, you're wrong. But, you know, so. Hi, Steven. Oh, well, I appreciate you saying that, Zach. The others would disagree with you, baby. I understand you know better, baby, but others don't. You know, April, I've never been to Hawaii myself, honey. I'm actually a California girl originally, so I get it. I know it's funny. I'm a California girl originally, but I have a heavy Southern accent. Hi, Andrea. Happy Thanksgiving, sweetheart. How you doing? Oh, Joe Bummy. You wish I had, because it would make you feel better if I rejected you, right? Too funny. Alex J, there's a difference between asking somebody if they were from a certain state than to ask them or automatically assume you know what their ethnicity is. Because you see, you wouldn't have even gotten even half of my ethnicity right. Because see, the other half you would never ever come up with. Well, not say, well, you didn't even hit the mark halfway. Because you don't see my white side. But yes, I'm half white. Does that surprise you? If I had a choice of the top 3 places I could live, what would they be? Oh, Andre, let's see, baby. Well, I think Hawaii would be at the top. Um, um, hmm. I'd have to think about that one. I mean, I probably would still want a place here in Georgia just because I've been living here over half my life. Um, well, hmm. I have to think about that some more. Hawaii would definitely be at the top of my list. Um, I used to say California, but I don't know if I so much would want to live there now. It has changed so much since I was growing up there. But um and I've never been up north, so I have no idea what the north is like. Um I always hear, people talk about like New York and stuff, but I've never been up there, so I don't know. I'd want to live somewhere near the ocean though. How about I just sum it up that way? It'd be somewhere where the ocean and the beach is. Oh, Andre, now you're speaking to my heart, baby. I do miss California a lot. It's just so good. It's just so expensive to live there, baby. Like my family, they built a house there in Walnut, and it's on about I think it's about an acre of land. I think it's either a half an acre or acre, and it's in a beautiful neighborhood. Um, and they built that house when I was 7 years old. So that house is about 30 years old now. No, it's older than that. It's a little over 30 years. Um, and I know it's like they paid like $250,000 for it back when I was 7 years old, and I'm 44. I'll be 45 in a few months. So it's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, and I think it's a 3-car garage. I think it's at least 2, and maybe the third area is just storage, but it's a beautiful home. And I know today that house is well over $1 million. I couldn't touch that house today for that. Oh, I would love to see the Northeast. I would, very much. I've always talked about wanting to see it. Oh, thank you, Tiffany. How you doing, beautiful? It's good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving, sweetheart. So, yeah. I know all about Laguna Beach, though. One of my favorite beaches in California is Santa Monica. But you are right, though, about California, because you're like right there next to the ocean, the mountains. Even if you want to be out in the desert, you got the desert. So everything's right there. Oh, really, Adam? Because you're Korean, you're superior to me? Nobody's superior to anybody. See, we're not going to get into it about race in that way. Oh, you're just joking? Okay. Well, I appreciate you apologizing. Ooh, April, that sounds beautiful. You know what? I've been to Ohio, but I've only been to, not Cincinnati, but right outside of Cincinnati, Columbus area. I've been up there a few times. Yeah, one of my friends loves, the Buckeyes. Is that right? Yeah, I think that's who it is. Oh, Andre, I love the beach, baby. I'm a mermaid. I love the water. I'm a big mermaid. I haven't seen the beach in a decade. The last time I was at the beach was 2014, 2015. And that was the last time I went to Cancun, Mexico. Loved it. So yes, I do absolutely love the water. Sakshina, if you want a personal reading from me, it's $10 US. Oh, absolutely. I love, love, love the ocean. Like I don't know if I can access them pictures. It's on one of my old devices, but there's this beautiful resort I stayed at in Cancun. Love that place. And I took a couple pictures off the balcony of the resort, and the water is just perfect. It's a perfect sunny day, and you can see through the water, and it's just that beautiful blue color, and oh my gosh, it looks like what you would see on a postcard. It was that beautiful. Yep, they were all about the Buckeyes. So that's their team. Me, you know, I'm a California girl, so my my family went to UCLA and USC, and my daddy was a big USC fan. Oh, Andre, I'm way overdue, baby. I'm way overdue. Oh, what I would give to be on the beach right now. Yes, I'm way overdue for a beach trip. Would absolutely love it. Been wanting to go. But yes, I haven't been since 2014 or 2015. That was the last time I was at the beach. I know it's sad, even me being a California girl, I haven't been home either. So, Um, it's been about 13 years since I was home last. And when I did go home last, I did get to go to the beach. Because I did go up to Santa Monica. Spent some time out there at Santa Monica and Manhattan Beach. But I gotta tell you, I love Cancun, and I've been saying I want to see Hawaii. My family's been to Hawaii. I've never gotten an opportunity to go with them, though. But yes, want to see Hawaii. Would love to see the rest of the Caribbean water. I've been to, and this was a cruise, though. I've been on a cruise one time, and I'll never do it again. As much as I love the water, I won't do a cruise. It was, too crowded. And I didn't like the fact that, you know, because I'm so used to being on the actual beach on the sand. I didn't like the fact that you're on a cruise ship, you know, for all those days, and then when you're docked at port, you're only there for 6 hours max. That's it. And then you got to get back on the cruise ship, otherwise they're going to leave you, which I wouldn't have complained, but so I'm more of the person I want to stay on the beach, right next to the ocean, and stay the night there, not be on the boat, you know. You know, I could do it for a night or two, but not for my entire vacation. Are you really, Andre? Wow. Oh yeah, my daddy was all about USC. I don't think he went there, but I know that was his team. Someone else in my family, though, went to USC, graduated. And then my other family members graduated from UCLA. Yeah. Wait. I might have that backwards. No, I know my daddy was a big USC fan. But I don't think he went there. He did go to college, but I don't think he went to USC. But yeah. So you're a big USC Trojans fan? Or did I get that one confused with UCLA? Oh my gosh, it's been so long. But that's awesome, baby. My, one of my aunties, she, is a college professor, or she was. And I think she taught one of the, engineer classes. But it wasn't USC, though. No, I don't think it was USC. I want to say it was the community college. I want to say it was PCC. Oh, it definitely is. It's way too crowded on a cruise ship. And it's just, I mean, you know, there's the perks to being on a cruise ship, but the downside is not being able to stay on a beach long enough. And then you're in a hurry. To me, you can't really enjoy it unless you take one of the excursions. And those excursions get expensive. So I'd rather fly in and go through and stay at the resort and stay on the beach. And I prefer the private beach. That's amazing, Andre. So you lived in California to know what it's like to live there. Most people, when you mention living in California, they want to run. Don't ask me, but they want to run. Um, especially people, they're afraid of earthquakes. That's what always bothers them. But I survived enough earthquakes, I'm not worried about them. Hello, Anna. Happy Thanksgiving, sweetheart. How you doing? Oh, that was my mod, Eternal, who purchased the membership. I'm actually surprised he's not here yet, unless he hasn't gotten home yet. Well, that's awesome, Andre. Yep, my daddy was big about USC. Man, I'll tell you the other thing I miss about California. I miss being able to watch the Rose Parade every year for New Year's. And I didn't live that far from the Rose Bowl Stadium. I lived right there in Pasadena, right next to it. Oh no, Anna. I'm sorry to hear that, honey. Well, I'm sending you healing love and light, sweetheart. Wow, Andre. That's amazing. Yeah, I actually got to work on the floats for the Rose Parade when I lived there. My family, because of them being college professors, they ended up being pretty well connected, and so we got to get in all the time and get to work on the floats. So that was always a treat for me when I would go home for like Christmas, and to be able to go and put all the flowers and the seeds and all that on the floats, which is always wild because they start working on those floats in like September. People don't realize that, but they start working on those floats early. It's just they wait until like a week or two before the actual New Year's before they add the flowers to the floats. But all the seeds and everything else and the painting, that's what they start doing first. Yes, they do. And that's the thing you never got used to was the earthquakes. Yeah, I'm used to the earthquakes. They don't scare me. They don't bother me. I've been in so many. And I remember actually being in kindergarten and a bad earthquake had hit while I was at school. And I remember walking out of the school and coming out on the back, back of the school onto the playground. And as I'm walking up the stairs with all the other kids and the teachers, you can still see the ground shaking. And it's like you could see the mountains right behind it shaking, which would have been the, was that the Sierra Nevada mountains right back there? And that was pretty wild to watch that. And then there was another time, I remember being at my family's new house, the one that was built in Walnut. I remember me and my grandma and my sister being in the backyard one afternoon, and it was just a tremor though. And, you felt the ground shake and the house jumped off the ground, like, I don't know, a foot or two off the ground and then came right back down. And it amazed me because nothing broke. Nothing was broke in that house. I'm not saying that there probably wasn't any, cracks on the, exterior part, but nothing inside the house had broke. And I thought that was pretty wild. Yep, that's where I'm from, Andre. Is Pasadena. Love it, miss it. Yeah. Um, what is it? Where I pretty much grew up and spent so much of my time was off of Foothill Boulevard. And that's where the bowling alley is that my parents both bowled and my mama worked and us kids bowled there. And Sierra Madre Boulevard connects to Foothill. And because Foothill's this way, and then Sierra Madre Boulevard goes up that way, up towards where I lived. So, I don't know, I might have been maybe 3, 4 miles from the Rose Bowl Stadium, something like that, give or take. So I wasn't far from it at all. Oh, it really was. I loved working on the floats. It's one of the things that I always got excited about when I would go home for the Christmas holiday, was working on the floats. Yes, it is pretty wild. Hello, Krishna. I'm Gravy. Thank you for asking. How you doing? Hi, Miss Thing. Yeah, I got to see it where it's just the metal part of the float before they start putting all the other things around it to start like doing all the painting and um like I said, they start with like the seeds. So like they use different kinds of floral seeds, or even like the actual flowers. They shred up the petals. So some of the float, the coloring, is just shredded petals that gets glued on it. And then other portions of it are actual the whole flowers, the blossom of the flower that gets glued on it. So it's neat to see all that, how it comes together. Yeah, it is. It's like people make it they make it a tradition to go work on the floats every year. My one of my aunties actually was like in charge of one of the floats, which I think it was for the school that her and my other aunt worked for. So I had to, listen to her holler at me. Me and my siblings and everyone else. Oh, it was because, Andre, let me tell you, I remember one of the other earthquakes that I had been in. All the houses were fine. And these are old houses. So this is like Sierra Madre area. And I remember walking down the street, leaving school to go home, and I passed the street right before you got to my street where my house was at. I saw a house that was completely flat. It had crumbled, from the earthquake, but all the other houses were still standing. So that house must have been, you know, in really bad shape to see that, because I never seen that. That was the only house I ever saw out of all those years that had even significant damage, let alone it be completely crumbled to the ground. It's like it was standing the day before until the earthquake had hit, and then it was completely flat, like a pancake flat. Oh, wow. Yeah, Pasadena's an old town. In the Palisades, ooh, baby, that would have been rough, especially knowing with all the fires that's happened there. And you don't ever hear of any fires happening in like Pasadena or even like where I grew up in like Sierra Madre. Uh, ooh, excuse me, and all that. So, oh wow, that's wild, Anna. That's amazing, Andre. I had no idea that you lived in California. How often do you go to California? Oh yeah, I wouldn't have a clue, Anna. I know the hurricanes are bad too. And then what was the other thing that was common for me to do when I lived there? Of course, you always got Disneyland, the amusement parks, Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farms, Magic Mountain, and Universal, and Raging Waters is the water park, and SeaWorld's in San Diego, which I did go to SeaWorld too. I miss it all. I do miss it. Hello, Misty. Happy Thanksgiving, beautiful. How you doing, sweetheart? Welcome. Welcome to my YouTube membership, sweetheart. It's good to have you. That's a good question, Andre. I don't even know. I never got to ask or see it. I know that they would have that whole warehouse though. They actually would have the float split up in I think it was like 4 or 5 locations. They didn't have them all in one area. Wow. Well, welcome, Andre, to my memberships, baby. I appreciate y'all so very, very much. So welcome, beautiful people. Thank you for joining. Oh, well, I greatly appreciate you joining, Misty and Andre. It truly does help me more than y'all know. It may not seem like much, but it does help me. So, thank you. I'm hoping to get my emojis made up here soon. That way y'all can have some funny emojis to use in all the chat. And see, it'll be great then too, where I can do more of my members only live streams. Even though I know that's not, it's listed as one of the top tier, but I would still do one with y'all. Oh yeah, and imagine me coming up with some of the emojis for some of my famous sayings. I know some of my members would like that. One of my mods had already mentioned it. So I just got to get those worked on. Oh. Well, thank you for upgrading, Andre. Oh my goodness. That's amazing. Thank you, baby. It really does help me a lot. So thank you. You're such a big supporter of me, Andre. It means the world to me, baby. Thank you. But thank you all y'all for joining. Hi, Sunnyland. Happy Thanksgiving, beautiful. How you doing, honey? Oh, it means the world to me for y'all's love and support. It really does. It means more to me than I can ever express into words. The gratitude I have. I only wish that I could gift memberships and be able to pick people who get them. But unfortunately, that's the downside to YouTube's memberships. I can't pick who gets them. It's random. It's so good to see you too, beautiful. I hope you've had a wonderful Thanksgiving. Oh, thank you, Andre, so much. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much love to you, baby. I know you said you wanted a reading. Ooh, I got something in my eye. But yes, it does help me so much. Y'all are the driving force behind why I keep coming back out here. Doggone it. I must have an eyelash or something in my eye. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me run to the ladies' room and try and get this eyelash out of my eye. I'll be right back, y'all. think my kitty cat got into another cat fight with one of the cats that's running around. Thank you. Yeah, he's fine. He's a little horn dog, I think. So, I think the cat he got into a fight with is a female. So, that's funny. Yep, YouTube takes 45%. And they even take a third of the membership money too, which is just crazy. Plus they get paid a whole lot for the ads for the advertisers, but you know. Hello, Graham. Oh, you hurt my feelings, Jackson. Not. Yeah, they take half, Andre. Ouch. But it's okay. I appreciate you very much. It is insane, the fact that they're greedy like that. Well, it's like, you know, even like the ads, the ad revenue, you don't get anything unless the people watch the actual ads. But it's really, it's only so much. It's pennies, really. But, you know. Ouch. Ouch. I feel that sciatic nerve in my foot. Ooh. I don't have that medicine in here. I'm about to go grab something, because I don't even see it in here. I left my medicine in the other room, y'all. Hold on. Sorry about that. Thank you, honey. Oh, Nathan, I think your mommy's calling you. You must be getting mad because she's getting on to you again about dirtying up her house and leaving all your Cheeto dust crumbs everywhere. Thank you, Anna and Sunnyland. Yeah, I take the pregabalin, which is Lyrica, and he gave me something else for it too. It just flares up because of me sitting in this chair. When I went and saw the doctor the other day, in fact, we were talking about my sciatica acting up. And of course, he was telling me, it's like, no, you need to get up and move around more. So, which I got to remember and remind myself to do, but I get bad about doing that. So he's like, you got to get up and stretch more, because just from sitting here, it's going to restrict it and put all that pressure on it. So it's like, yeah, that makes sense. And I know, but, you know, I'm stubborn and I tend to forget sometimes. But yeah. And I think it's just the cold weather. And I think it's typical for this time of year. The cold weather always, you know, aggravates people's arthritis and the joints and all that. So, yeah, it is. Well, and even for me, because of like my, that cyst in my back, you know, unfortunately, there's nothing that can be done about it. But the more strain I do, sometimes it ends up making it grow more and puts more pressure on the nerve. So that flares it up too. Always. Hi, Norvell. How you doing, Cody? It's good to see you, honey. Oh, Nathan, such language. Time for you to go, buddy. Oh, I just have a cyst that, it's called a tarlip cyst. I got a few of them, and it's pretty much, it's part of the nerve root. So when I, you know, strain, you know, and do certain, you know, activities, like your typical exercises could actually cause the cyst to grow bigger, because the cyst is made up of spinal fluid. And so the cyst can't be cut out. They could drain it. However, problem with draining it is 5 minutes later, as soon as the doctor's done draining it of the spinal fluid that, you know, it's filled up with, it can fill right back up again. So they won't do anything. It's all, you know, it's considered, the treatment's considered controversial, and there's only, I think, a handful of doctors worldwide who specialize in treating them. And the closest doctor, I think, to me is in Texas. it's either Texas or Massachusetts or New Hampshire, something like that. So, yes, it is, and it can be. It's painful. You know, you think of it just like having a disc herniated. You know how the fluid from the disc, you know, spills onto the nerve. It's kind of the same thing. It's just that this is constantly there. So mine, it's about, I think when it was last measured, it was almost 5 millimeters big. So when you think about 5 millimeters, that's about the size of a 1 carat solitaire diamond. Hi, caveman. Yes, Anna, that's the way it always works. And, you know, again, even if the doctors that treat the condition I have, even if one were here, the insurance won't pay for the procedure because it's considered experimental, or, you know, it's not a guaranteed solution because of the whole thing. Like I said, like the doctor can go in there with the needle 1 minute and drain it of all the fluid, and then 5 minutes later, the cyst fills back up with fluid again. And they can't cut it out because it's part of the nerve root of the spinal cord. So it makes it rough, but you know, I live with it. I don't allow it to stop me. It's like I know I'm not supposed to be out doing a lot of strenuous activities, but I still do them anyways. So I just end up, you know, dealing with the consequences of end up in, you know, excruciating pain, you know, if I overdo it, um, or I might deal with the numbness in my leg and my foot, which is sometimes why I can't sit here for long periods of time, or I have to stand up, or, you know, I may have to excuse myself just so I can get up and walk around for a minute. But yeah. So, and it's, you know, someone told me I should file for Social Security disability, and I refuse. I refuse to do that. So, Kendall, I hate to hear that. Sorry. No, Anna, but, you know, the way I would explain like a disc, like the same way one of my surgeons explained it to me, like when my disc was torn, he told me, you know, think of a disc, you know, so all the discs that are in between, you know, every one of your vertebrae and your spine, think of it like an over medium egg. You know how the over medium egg, you know, the white part of the egg is hard, you know, it's well done, and then you still have the center that's the yolk. And he said your disc is, you know, pretty much, think of it metaphorically in the same context. So he said, you know, like with, you know, my disc that got ruptured, what ended up happening is just like the egg, the white, which is the shell of the disc, got cracked, and then the yolk got broken and spilled outward. So in the same context of that, that's kind of almost like what the cyst is doing. It's just it's not broken open, but it still has all that fluid in it though. the Wim Hot method. I have no idea what you're talking about, Cody. Yeah, it's true. You can't see what anybody's going through or feeling or experiencing just by looking at them. Yes, Sunnyland. It would help. I wish I had one of those desks. I don't know if you've ever seen them, where it's one that you can it's on rails where you can bring it up and down. So if you need a stand, you know, you can raise the desk up, or if you need to sit down, you could bring it down. I wish I had one of those desks. Okay, Cody, I'll look into it. I don't know if anything will help, baby, because my condition, it's unfortunately, like I said, there's nothing they can do except for drain the cyst, but even then it's not going to work because of the cyst being filled back up with fluid again. So, and like I feel it on the top of my leg right now. But the good thing about it is at least it's not constant, because when I had the torn disc, it was constant. To where, you know, even though the cyst is back there, I don't feel it constantly causing me that much pain like I did when I had torn the disc in my back from the accident. So, but when I do feel it, it's painful. Because I remember even back when I had the other part of the condition I had is something I was also born with naturally, which was a split piriformis muscle. So, the way the doctor explained it to me, and it's the muscle that's connected to your hip. So I think it's like on the inner part of your hip bone, or it's connected to your pelvis bone too, or something. And what ended up happening is I was born with mine being split like scissors. So the doctor explained it to me where your piriformis muscle can be either over the nerve, or it can run underneath the nerve, or it can be split like scissors and run both over and under the nerve. And mine was split like scissors. And because of the car accident, it shifted my pelvis bone, and that ended up pulling the piriformis muscle, and that ended up pinching my sciatic nerve too. And of course, that's not something you could find on an MRI or CT scan either. It's something that a doctor needs to know, you know, a little about and be able to examine you. And so the surgeon I went to examined me, and he knew right away what it was. So I had to have that muscle cut. So one side of my piriformis muscle in one of my legs is cut on one side to release the piriformis, or to release the sciatic nerve, which helped, because even just sitting here years ago, I couldn't sit because it felt like my butt was literally on fire. I mean, you talk about hurt, it was constant burning and numbness. And so at least I can sit. It's just, it comes and goes though now. And because of the nerve being pinched for so many years, it ended up causing nerve damage that way. But oh wow, Anna, I hate to hear that, honey. That's wild. Yeah. Oh, I believe it, honey. I definitely do have it. And because that cyst is there, it's it'll constantly continue to cause more nerve damage. And again, nothing can be done. All I can hope for now is that medicine and technology will advance to where more can be done than what um medical professionals who specialize in that part of my condition could help with. But until then, I'm gonna have to live with it the best that I can. You know, what else can I do? You know, and I refuse to stop living. I refuse to stop enjoying my life. I just have to be mindful of it. And when my body really tells me I need to get up and move around or lay down or whatever, I have, I listen. But I end up being stubborn though, too. So, but yeah. Yes, we definitely are fighters. Oh, Sunnyland, you're such a sweetheart. Oh, I appreciate you so much, girlfriend. Yes, Cody, it is. You know, I know someone had mentioned about the, what do they call that? Something about red frequency, something. And I tried that and that didn't work. And then it was suggested to also look at getting the nerve numbed. It's some kind of like, it's like a surgical procedure, but it's not actual surgery. It's to where it's supposed to like deaden the nerve, or numb it at least for a period of time. Sometimes it might last a year, sometimes it might last a little longer. I guess it depends. And I mean, yeah, I guess I could have that done, but then at the same time, you got to weigh the pros and the cons. Like, if I were to do that and something else were to, happen, or let's just say that cyst grows bigger, and at that point, I don't know, that more damage is being caused, and I might be moving around thinking I'm fine, and, my condition hasn't gotten worse, but all the while could have gotten worse. So it's, the pros and the cons of having that done. So I've hesitated to have anything like that done, which it's no guarantee that that treatment would help it either. There's Eternal. Hey, baby. It's good to see you. Yes, got more blue and green in here now. So we got more people joining the memberships, which I'm very, very thankful for. Very much. It helps me a lot. That's all right. I was wondering where you were at. I was curious. I thought maybe you didn't get the notification, so. I know, right, Sunnyland? Only Only them Canadians would get all that. Oh, wow. That's awesome, Anna. So how'd you get your hands on it, Eternal? Um, it'll either be Friday or Saturday evening. Why you ask, Andre? I know you wanted to get a reading, baby. Ouch. Okay, baby. Yeah, I'll probably do a live stream Friday night, and we'll, we'll see how Saturday goes, possibly Saturday too. So yeah, I can send you an email, Andre, and let you know, so you know ahead of time, baby. Okay, baby. That sounds awesome. Yeah, and I can do your one-on-one anytime, baby. I'll work out a time just for you. It definitely helps a lot, baby, so I appreciate you. Oh, speaking of, I meant to, yeah, before I forget. Oh, most definitely, Andre. Well, I'm curious to know, now that you're part of the membership, if I was to post it under the members, if you should get it, because it's crazy, because you're not the only one who sometimes doesn't get the notifications. I know other people like Eternals also mentioned that. But I'll make note of it, baby. I'll send you an email so you have it. If I can get my website up, it would make it easier to where I can have everybody on a mailing list that way, because for whatever reason, you're not the only one who hasn't gotten notifications, and it's not just my channel, it's many channels who have said that they don't get the notifications, which I don't understand about YouTube. Um, it's it's wild why YouTube does that. Let's see. Let me see something. It should be here. Yeah. Yes. Where is it? Hold on, I'm trying to get this thing set up for y'all, for my members. Where is... No, that's the wrong one. Okay. Here. All right. Okay. No, Andre, thank you so much for saying that, baby. That means the world to me. It always helps to hear that from the people I read for, that y'all really do believe in my gifts, and that my readings really do resonate with y'all. I know, like Eternal would tell you, my readings become uncanny for him sometimes. And I'm sorry to hear you got bullied, honey. That's not nice. Hello, Surreal. You don't have to apologize, Anna. We're all sensitive. Even the guys are sensitive. They just don't always admit it. They have to wear their hard shell armor. Isn't that right, Andre and Eternal? Can't let y'all know that y'all are, you know, soft underneath that hard exterior. I get it. I'm sensitive too. I mean, I can take a lot. Don't get me wrong, I put up with a lot, but, you know, I don't allow people that I don't have like a close relationship with, I should say, or someone that I don't put stock, like their opinions of me doesn't hold any weight in my world. I don't allow it to get to me, honey. So I know it's hard to do, but you just got to remember, people who are bullying you, is it someone you know? And if it's someone you don't know, those are the people you don't have to put all that, you know, emotions into worrying about how they think or feel. Because, I mean, let's face it, the likelihood of you ever meeting that person or even knowing who they are, because it could be anybody, you know, it's a very slim percentage that that person would ever come out, you know, and tell you who they are. You know what I mean? Unless you get to know them, you know, and exchange numbers, you know, emails and talk on the phone, you'll never know who they are, honey. So I just don't put any stock into that unless I've developed a personal, you know, relationship with them. I don't let them get to me. Hi, 420. Yeah, that's true too. And it just shows you who they are. And it just goes to show that, you know, they're trying to mask their own pain, because more than likely they've probably been bullied by somebody, whether that be on the internet or in person. It's sad that they got to go through and now cause that, you know, pain for someone else because they've gone through it. But some people don't know how to heal from that pain and move on and not lash out on others, especially people that haven't done anything to them. No, I'm sorry to hear that, Anna. It ends up being a couple people you know. Is it anyone who's been in my stream, Anna? Oh. Okay, well, it's good to know they haven't been in my stream. But I wonder if I've seen their name. Do you mind sharing with me who it is? Because if they had done it in here, I wouldn't allow it. And I know you know that. No, I'm sorry to hear that, Anna. I remember you saying that before. It's not nice of people. You know, you can always report them for harassment. Crazy part is, though, even if you're reported to the police, you know, like just out of fear of something, not excusing or justifying it, but people, they would tend to say, well, anybody can look up anyone's address anymore nowadays on the internet, which, yeah, that's true, but not trying to make it easy for somebody to find me either at the same time. It's really sad that people act out that way. Well, Anna, you know, it's like I like to say, they love to hate you, but hate the fact they love you at the same time. Because it's like there's someone else who has a channel, and that person pays attention, and they come into my channel. And I know that because, you know, they try and be slick and have mentioned, you know, or made fun of me. And they may not have said my name per se, but they've done other things, you know, that you can read between the lines, and you know, they're talking about me. And I could allow it to get to me, but you know what? It doesn't. You know what? I end up taking it as flattery, because even though they're trying to, you know, put me in a negative light, I'm flattered in the context of it's them being jealous. So they're acting out of jealousy, you know what I mean? And I just find it hilarious. Me and Eternal have actually talked about it. It's like, yeah, whatever. Well, I'm glad your neighbor's a cop, honey. Hello, Bubba. How you doing? Happy Thanksgiving to you. So, you know, it's like for me, again, it's like I say, love to hate me, but hate the fact they love me at the same time. Because if they didn't, they wouldn't be watching me, you know, and they can't sit here and say that they don't care. Because if they really didn't care, they wouldn't, you know, try and make fun of me or say whatever they do. And that's how I see it. So either way, I don't care. You know, their thoughts, opinions don't hold no weight in my world. But obviously, I take up rent-free space in their head, and it shows. Well, we'll keep an eye out, and I'm sorry you're getting bullied, sweetheart. That's not cool at all. Yes, they are ignorant. I don't put up with people being bullied. You know, people want to, you know, bully someone. They can bully me. I can take it, but I'm not going to allow it to happen to anyone else. Because I'll speak up, and then I'll just report them and kick them out and all that other good stuff. That's why the trolls love and hate me at the same time. Ouch. Andre, you still here, baby? I'll have to figure out how I can put my mods on y'all's own mailing list, so I can keep y'all in the loop. Overpowered, it's over. I'm confused, Eternal. This is true, Anna. We definitely all bleed red, but people tend to forget that part too. It's okay, Eternal. I didn't know what to make of your other comment, baby. So I was just confused. Look at one of my new love decks I have. It's one of those old pinup. Was that from back like in the 60s, the 40s and 50s and 60s? It's an old pinup romance deck. It's pretty neat. What got on there though? Uh-oh. Well, that's a bummer. This deck isn't gonna last long. And that's not good. It's already killing. It shouldn't be doing that. I've only shuffled it a couple of times. Oh, sounds like a movie I'd probably like then, Eternal. Yeah, I love the pinup style too, Sunnyland. So it's pretty neat. It's pretty funny. Some of these images being very old-fashioned type. Oh, can't show y'all that one. Ouch. Yeah, some of them have a little bit of nudity, so I gotta be careful. Oh, I definitely can't show that one because you can even see her nipples. You got the cowgirl right here. Yeah, Anna, I could, but I would hate to ruin the actual cards. I wouldn't like putting those on there. I know that's an option, but I don't want to do that to the cards. Yes, during the wars, Anna. That's what I remember them, and I think back to then. Um, I think I can show her. We even got a witchy one. But yeah, I think it's a cool deck. Back in the old days, that's what I like it. I like it because of like the history of the, pin up and, going back during the wartime. And so I thought it was a pretty neat deck to have. You even got one with holding the football. Yeah, Anna, I got a whole bunch of new decks since I read for you last time, honey. When I say I got a whole bunch more, I got a whole bunch more. Ouch. Different ones, different themes. Anything from love to like spirituality, personal growth, money, career. It pretty much covers almost everything. So I've been enjoying them. And no, I still don't know how many decks I have in total. I haven't officially counted all my decks to tell you how many I have. But I would have to say I probably have a good I'll say between 200-300 decks total. That's being conservative is what I would say. I'd have about 200-300 different types of decks, both total of decks between the tarot, oracle, Lenormand, and Kipper. Hi, Michelle. How you doing, beautiful? Happy Thanksgiving, girlfriend. It's good to see you, sweetheart. Yes, I still have some packed. There's some that I still haven't touched yet, as far as I haven't officially like used them to do a reading, or if I have, I've only done maybe a handful of readings with them. Um, no, Sunnyland, he didn't say he wanted a reading tonight. He was asking me if I was, the next time I was going to stream, that he would want to get one, but then he said he wants an actual one-on-one with me. Oh, it's so good to see you too, Michelle. I didn't get a chance to even do an actual members only stream because I got sidetracked today with, I didn't go to bed until, I want to say it was 11 o'clock this morning. And because even after I ended the stream, I was up doing the, making all the recordings for the um, members only readings. And then I did go lay down for maybe an hour, but I don't think I really slept. If I did, I might have slept 20, 30 minutes of that. And I was back up awake and came back and was working ever since then. And then I was going to start one at like 7, 8 o'clock. And then I ended up on the phone with my brother. So hopefully I can get a members only stream going this weekend. I figure more people be free, but I will do one by this weekend with all the new members. I'm so excited. We got more members joining. That's awesome. So did you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, sweetheart? Did it turn out really good, I hope? I've been here enjoying my peace and quiet and enjoying great company with y'all here on the stream. Did I get a chance to show you, Michelle? I got a pin-up romance deck. Andre, you still here, baby? Hello, Mike, the real deal. Oh, thank you. Same to you, honey. Hello, Loco. I'm Gravy. Thank you for asking. How you doing? Like, you remember seeing these images back even before we were born? This is something like our parents or grandparents would have seen. The pinup girls. Oop, I can't show y'all that one because you can see her nipples. Hold on. There's that one. And then that one. Yes, I had a great Thanksgiving. I've been enjoying it. Peace and quiet. Been working most of the day, but I've been enjoying the peace and quiet. Thank you for asking. I hope you've had a wonderful Thanksgiving too. Well, I'm only a couple years younger than you, Mike. I'm 44. But I remember it. I only remember it because my dad was born in 44. So he was actually born um, in the Japanese um, concentration camp here in the United States right after Pearl Harbor was hit. But I understand. I just remember it from like old history images from either my grandparents having something that had some of these images, the pinup dolls on them, or pinup girls, and um, there was something else I saw. You're older than me and Mike, Michelle. That's quite all right, beautiful. I would have never known, honey. I feel older than my age. Well, I can't say I feel older. I'm mentally I'm older than my body. You just turned 46. When was your birthday, Mike? I'll be 45 in March. Oh, I'm definitely an old soul, and I believe that, Michelle. I can pick that up. You are an old soul. I agree. Oh, I guess I should put this up since one of the cards already started peeling, like the protective layer, that film. Seems like it's already broken off a little bit, which isn't good, but what are you gonna do? You're like a teddy bear. You're very lovable. Oh, you know, Michelle, even though you're older, beautiful, you have a young heart. An old soul with a young heart. Just the right balance. Beautiful. This is true too, Eternal. You're 6'3", Mike. Well, you're tall, baby. Your birthday's June 6th? Early? Wow, that's my mama's birthday. That's amazing. So you're a Gemini. I just said your name, Andre. Welcome back, baby. Hello, George. Oh, you're still young, Michelle. You're still young like me, girlfriend. Your mom was born in 44 too, Anna? Yeah, my dad was born in 44. Welcome back, Andre. I'm sorry you're not able to sleep, baby. What's on your mind, Andre? Your mom was born in 42, Michelle? 2 years before my dad was born. Hey, don't mention shrinking. I'm already short as it is. Oh, well, that's good to hear, Andre. So you're off tomorrow. This is true, Michelle. I think we all are looking for love and everywhere. So you're a Cancer. So, Andre, have you ever gone skiing up in Big Bear when you lived in California? You have it rough on New Year's Eve because 2 minutes before the ball dropped in 1989, you lost your road. They had a mass heart attack. It was only 10. I'm confused, Mike, what you're explaining to me, baby. Bubba, I have both Oracle, Tarot, Lenormand, and Kipper decks. So, yes, I got many different kinds of decks, but one of them is Oracle decks. I do have plenty of Oracle decks, I should say. There's different kinds of Oracle decks. But that's pretty cool, Bubba. I love fairies. I got a few fairy decks, actually. Snowboarding, Andre? I've never been snowboarding or skiing. I've always wanted to try it, but I think I want to try water skiing first. Yeah, Big Bear is beautiful. I do miss California a lot. There's going to be a big energy shift this weekend, Michelle. What is Mercury retrograde ending? What's going on this weekend, sweetheart? Hello, I am wealthy. How you doing? Oh, that's right. The water sun trine. I remember hearing that somewhere. Mike, the real deal, that's a beautiful way of looking at the world, honey, because that's how I see it, too. You're from Flint, Michigan. I've never been to Michigan, but that's cool. I'm in Georgia. Yeah, Eternal lives in Arctic, Canada. I prefer the cold over the heat. The only time I want it to be hot is if I'm at the beach. Or in a pool, that's it. I prefer the cold, however, I don't want to live in the snow. Andre, you ever been water skiing? I've always wanted to try water skiing. Hey, Bubba, I get it because you're from the South, baby. I get it. But I can't stand the humidity. Oof. The humidity here in the South. But then again, I don't know which one's worse. Because even up in the western part of the United States, they have humidity. It's a dry heat, though. And it feels like a freaking oven. Like you're in your kitchen. That's what the humidity is like outside during the summer months when it's really hot. Here in the South, it's a moist heat. And it's still bad, but it's different. I know it's like when I go outside the house during the summer here, like 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes being outside, I already need to take a shower because I'm already sweaty and I don't like it. But then being out there on the West Coast, it could be kind of the same thing. I think it just depends. It still feels like a hot oven, though. That's what the humidity feels like out there. Oh, I absolutely love the water. Hi, Luce. Well, that's cool, Mike, the real deal. Yeah, I hear it's very cold in Michigan. Doesn't it, Michelle? You know exactly what I'm talking about, beautiful. The humidity in the South is something else. I don't like it. That's why I gotta live at the beach in order to deal with it. Oh, I know exactly what you're talking about, Bubba. Yeah, that the rain brings in that moisture and it's all sticky and icky. Ugh, I don't like that either. It's like it gets so hot where it feels like when you're wearing pants. Like I think of blue jeans. It feels like to me like I just rolled in a pan of pancake syrup. That's how it feels. I feel all sticky everywhere. I don't like it. You call it sweating season. I love that. And that's right. You are right about that. That's too funny, Michelle. Kev's positivity movement. Yeah. Oh, I don't mind it being cold. I just don't want to be living in the snow all the time. Because where Eternal's at, it snows a lot there. You're from Michigan, but you live in California? Well, that's cool. I'm originally from California. It's so rude. Hi, beautiful Diane. How you doing, sweetheart? It's so good to see you, honey. Sunnyland, what did they say, honey? What were they assuming? Bless man, I don't live in California anymore. I was born there, and I lived there up until I was 10. I'm in Georgia now. Never been to the Philippines. I don't know why. Why do you want to go to the Philippines? Well, this is true too, Bubba. You're right. Arctic Canada at that. I know, I've been missing you, Diane. How you doing, sweetheart? They were wondering why I believe in spirit and not God. I don't understand why they would think that. The assumptions people make about me or about what I do in general. They obviously didn't pay close enough attention to their screen to see the cross around my neck. Oh, Bubba, it's because she's under a different name. I understand, Diane. Well, it's like, and I don't stream as much as I used to, but I've been trying to get myself out here a little more when I can, but I understand. And I end up missing your streams a lot too, and I feel bad. It's like, doggone it. Our time schedule is like complete opposites. It's like when you're streaming, I'm probably still sleeping, and then vice versa. Too funny. I am. Thank you for asking. I hope you are too, sweetheart. Exactly. Sunnyland. Never assume anything because it does nothing but make a butthole out of you and I both. But yeah, it's like, I don't understand why people would ever make that assumption. You know, I didn't know that, like, my channel name would have to say God in order for spirit to mean God. But spirit can mean anything to anyone, but to assume that it could not possibly mean God is really sad to make any kind of assumptions. Yes, Bubba, I do. I got it right here, baby. And another one to go with it. I hope you've been doing well too, Diane. You know, beautiful, I keep forgetting to keep up with you and everyone else in the app. So my apologies, honey. I'm getting bad about that. So, Diane, have you seen my headdresses lately? It's funny because every single time I look at a couple of my headdresses, I always think of you. The conversation we had months ago about, you know, how people come in here and assume, you know, about me being Native American. In fact, someone did it earlier tonight. And you know how we were talking about that one day about how I said, you know, what do I gotta do? Put on a kimono and, you know, put on a, hold a fan or something. Remember us talking about that? And you said no, because then they would just, assume I'm Chinese then instead or something like that. So every single time I look at my fans, I think of you, honey. Oh, I know, honey. I still feel bad, though. Yes. People still assume I'm Native American. Don't understand it, but yes. Obviously, people don't know the difference. I mean, heck, I think even someone assumed earlier that I was Hispanic as well. Hello, Royal. That it does, Anna. So let me show you, Diane. Let me show you this one headdress. I got a few of them, but I'll show you this one. Someone made these for me. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I love this. And I got one that's white. And I got another one. I can't tell you what it looks like yet, though, because I haven't worn it yet. But I love this. This is one of my favorites. It has the, flowers there. And then these on the back. So I really love this. I wish she would make me more like these. With the different colors all going together. So, but I got several different ones. I only have a few of the fans though, but I got all the floral ones like the ones I'm wearing right now. And some other ones. So, someone said I need to do a fashion show and take a video of all my different headdresses so y'all can see them all. It's like maybe that's something I'll do just for my members and for my mods for y'all to check out. I have to have someone help me edit it though, put it together. Oh, thank you, Michelle and Bubba and Diane. It's so me. It's both tropical and Japanese vibes. Which one, Diane? What, the one, the fan headdress I just showed you? Is that the one you talking about, Diane? Yeah, I love that about it too. I got another headdress that's more tropical. It doesn't have any fans in it though, but somebody said it reminds them of Easter. So, I don't know. I think it's pretty. That's why I liked putting on this one. You know, the flowers and then the seashells with it. For both the mermaid and just having the flowers. The flower mix one. Oh, thank you, Andre. Yeah, I love the fan ones. I'm hoping she'll make me some more with different colors and different fans than the ones I have. So thank you. I'm glad y'all like them. Hi, Gina. Long time no see, beautiful. Happy Thanksgiving. How you doing? It's so good to see you, honey. I'm going to need to use the ladies' room. My bladder's calling me. I'll be right back. My crystal crown. Yeah, that's the one I know you really like. I do love my crystal crown, too. Happy Thanksgiving to you, too, beautiful. It's so good to see ya. Hold on. I got to run to the restroom. And let me go check on my cat real quick, because I think he got into another fight with some of the cats outside. think one of the stray cats is coming into the garage and eating Wolfie's food. Okay. I went and got me the pie that was in the fridge. All right, Andre. Well, thank you, baby. Thank you for everything. And I will email you for the next time I go live so you know. Sweet dreams to you, Andre. And good night, baby. So how y'all doing? It's good to see you, Gina. Did you have a good Thanksgiving? Oh, this actually looks homemade. I'm not a big pecan pie person, but I figured I'll eat it since my neighbor was kind enough to bring this to me. Doesn't that look homemade? Doesn't that crust look homemade to you, Eternal? I know you would know, baby, because you're a chef. Yes, it was very nice of her. Surprised me. She came by a few days ago. In fact, it was right before I was leaving to go to the doctor. And asked, because I think they thought Potato lived alone since they never see me since, you know, I'm normally sleeping during the day, so they never see me out and about. So they came over, I think, to offer food. And when I answered the door and I told her that, yeah, I'd be here. I don't know about what Potato was doing, but I would be here, so she said she would bring over 2 plates. I said, okay. I greatly appreciate it because I knew I wasn't going anywhere. And I definitely wasn't cooking. So I greatly appreciate it. It was very sweet and thoughtful. That's the one thing I do like and love about the South. Southern hospitality. Yeah, it's actually pretty good. I don't know why I've never been a big pecan person, but this is pretty good. So I'll definitely have to tell her thank you the next time I see her. Because Potato went and stayed the night at his kid's house. So said that they would bring me home some food. It's like, okay, which my kid can cook. She's a really good cook. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the pecan filling. It's good. Oh, that'll be fun. Eternal. What you making for us, Eternal? You know, you still owe me a strawberry cheesecake. Oh, that sounds like fun, Eternal. I know some people refuse to eat a potluck because they don't know what people do in their own house as far as, the way they cook, but also how well kept their house is, we'll say. And it's like, and I've heard some horror stories, and it's like, yeah, y'all got me second guessing that myself, but I guess it's like anything else. What you don't know won't hurt you. You never know if, something got stuck, some of the ingredients got stuck in India somewhere, I should say. That it is. Well, it's like I was watching a video. It wasn't that long ago. Like it was in the recent weeks. Um Showing how they make some of the cookies for Christmas. Um I still can't think of the name of the cookie, but it's one of the cookies that comes in one of those round tins, and it's, about this big, and it has like different types of like sugar cookies in it. They make those cookies over there in India, and they were showing like rats running around, and it's like, you've got to be kidding me. It's like, no, I don't think so. I'll never look at those cookies the same ever again. What the heck? That sounds like Toby. Hold on. I hear Toby over there banging up against the wall. I don't know what he's banging up against. I think he's trying to scratch himself, rubbing up against something, and it keeps hitting up against the wall. But I can't figure out what it is. Oh, my patch keeps falling off. Okay. Well, let me put that back. All right. I'm trying to figure. Toby, stop. You know what it sounds like? It sounds like he's scratching against the bathroom door. That's what it sounds like. Good morning, Tommy. Sometimes you feel like you're living in the middle of some little colony. Why is that eternal? Because you're out there in the middle of no land. Is that why? Oh no, eternal, that's not good. Yes, please don't forget to subscribe and like if you haven't already. And if anybody wants a personal reading, there's a pinned comment in the chat. Well, isn't that typical of all small towns, Eternal, where most people are related to each other? Unless people just, you know, moved there. Like, I think I live in a pretty small town myself. I didn't realize how small it is, but it's pretty small like yours. And I would guess that majority of the people who lived here before this neighborhood went up were related to each other. Yes, if you would like a personal reading, please send the payment to my PayPal or Venmo or Zelle. Hello, Mikael. True, Sunnyland. I don't even know how big my town is. I have to look to see how many people live in my town, but it's not big. I don't even know how many miles wide it is. I know it's not much. It's like I even watched a YouTube video. Someone who travels around the country showing all, small towns around the U.S. actually took a video of my town. And it was funny for me to sit there and watch it because it showed me the whole outskirts of my town I live in. And it was small. I was like, I didn't realize it was that small, but apparently it's a lot smaller than I thought. Mystic Rebel. Well, hello, Mystic Rebel. So yeah, I feel like a fish out of water living here. I mean, naturally, anyone would feel that way moving to a town that you've never been to before, and you never would have even had heard of or gone to, unless for whatever reason, like me, you just end up needing to find cheaper housing and move out to it. But I don't mind it. I just hate that I'm away from everything. Like I miss, being in more of the closer to the suburban, more of the developed areas where I used to live. I do miss that, the convenience of being next to everything and having more choices as far as grocery stores and pharmacies and things like that. To where out here, you don't have many choices. You only have like a couple. But that's all right. Just have to drive a little further out to get to a few other places. Either that or you got to order everything on the internet and have it delivered. Nope. Please, kindly, I can't help you. Nobody else here will help you either. It's like I need money for my medication. Are you crazy? And my medication ain't cheap. I just had to have my doctor take me off one of my medicines and prescribe me something else in place of it. I don't know how much cheaper it was, but my doctor said it was a lot cheaper than what I was paying, so I'm hoping that is true. It's crazy ridiculous, the cost of medications, but even just to go to the doctor anymore. You know, they have, where I used to live, they used to have a county fair that I really enjoyed going to. Of course, I haven't been to it in years. Even when I did still live there, it had been some years since I've been to it last. But I miss it. And of course, I missed it by a few months. I guess it happened back in September, I think it was. And I would love going to it, even just for the, some of the food, the carnival food. What is it? That one dessert. What do they call that? That fried dessert. The fried little cake, breading cake, where they sprinkled like powdered sugar on it. What's the name of that? Can't think of it. Yes, the funnel cakes. I love those. I haven't had one of those in years. Oh, they are so good. One of the last times I went to the fair, they had, one of the games they had set up there was a pool table. And the object of the game was you had to pocket 3 or 4 balls without missing your shot. So you had to pocket one ball after the next. And you can get like a huge stuffed animal, you know, not as big as Teddy, but something pretty close to the size of Teddy. And so, and I think it was like $5-10. And so, of course, I had to play. And, you know, the guys are so shocked. I won. And, you know, and I picked this big, huge stuffed dog to where it's like it took up my front passenger seat, to where you can even see the dog sitting in the passenger seat, and you would be able to see it sitting there even over the dashboard. And, you know, it was just funny, their reaction. It was 2 guys running the pool table game, because there was 2 different pool tables they had set up there. They never expected for me to come in there and be able to play and win. So, and they told me that year, they said that I can't play anymore. I wasn't allowed. It's like, that's not fair. Just because I won, like, that's not fair at all. But I said, okay, whatever. I mean, I guess, you know, how many stuffed animals could I get, you know, from them? I mean, I'm sure I probably could have collected a couple of them, but I said, fine, whatever. You know, couldn't play the pool table game, but you can go in there and play the water guns. And, you know, of course, they would they wouldn't start the game until they had so many people to play. And I would always lose at that, but Potato would win. And so I would always end up leaving the fair with an arm full of different stuffed animals and stuff. But I just thought that wasn't fair. You know, because you play the water gun game. I mean, somebody's going to win every time, right? There's always a winner. To where the pool table game, or even like shooting hoops, or, you know, things like that, it's like it's not guaranteed, you know, that you're going to win. So it's so funny how ignorant people are who come in here with assumptions. You know, a wise man once told me, never assume anything, because it does nothing but make a butthole out of you and I both. The only difference is you just made a butthole out of yourself by assuming. You ain't even close, buddy. Just beyond rude. It's like, why in the heck they would ever think that they would be right about that. Aww. Well, you know what? Quantum twist. When Diddy gets here, I'll be saying to him, I'll have my brother come over and say to him, who's his daddy now? Bullseye. It's just too funny how you come in here and make assumptions. You must not be worldly. You hope he's in the military. I don't know what the heck that's supposed to mean. I mean, what you think, you know, what, I'm here illegally? Is that your next rude comment? Another comment for you to make a butt out of yourself again? Just another troll stuck behind a computer screen in your tidy whities getting Cheeto dust all over your mama's basement. Yeah, I'd be mad too if I was still living at home with mommy and daddy. It really is. So, I mean, just the simple fact that you would even make an assumption, which just makes you sound more ignorant. Bullseye. Like you act like you're 100% sure you know my ethnicity. Yep. You would be absolutely wrong. Well, there's plenty of people who have commented. Some of them just got put in timeout. Ooh, that sounds deep. Bubba, that sounds good, baby, because I got pecan pie over here that I've been munching on myself. I mean, well, see, Sunnyland, it wouldn't just be any Cheeto dust. It would be like the, was that the Flamin' Cheetos? And then the next thing you know, be screaming bloody murder, wanting to know why he's in so much pain out of, one end or both ends. Trying to figure out whether that's, maybe the street girl that they brought home, or not even think about the possibility it could be the flaming hot Cheetos they done, stuffed their mouth with and now decided to touch other parts of their body with too. God forgive me. Oh my goodness. Hello, Bridget. Thank you, you too. So, random. I don't know what you mean you just got 20 today. You mean you just got $20 or you just turned 20 today? If you would like any advice from me, well, it'll be $10 US minimum. This is pretty good for a pecan pie. Knowing I'm not a pecan pie person, but this is pretty good. Send Carter, send your money. Well, Reginald, if you want any advice from me, it'll cost you. So, I'm not just out here for my health or to look pretty. I got bills to pay like everyone else. Yeah, Sunnyland, you know he don't even have 2 pennies to rub together, let alone $300. Because if he was so serious about it, he would have already sent it. And I don't hear my PayPal dinging either, so he's so full of himself. And going back for thirds. Wow, Bubba. I know that food must be gravy. It's either gravy or you're hungry. I'm going to go with it's gravy. What is it of Sunnyland? Making me hungry, Bubba. And I don't have any more food left. That's not fair. Oh, really? I wonder if you can report his profile picture. Yeah, I reckon I'll open this Red Bull too. Not like I need it, but why the heck not? Well, Bubba, I need more than pecan pie, baby. I need something good to go with it. You know, Pokemon, what's your point? I don't practice magic either. Not everybody who reads tarot practices magic, or formerly known as witchcraft. Oh, is that right? Oh, you hurt my feelings, Pokemon. It's a good thing, Pokemon. I'm not sitting around waiting for you to validate me. So, Hey, Pokemon, you're entitled to your opinion. Doesn't make it true. Doesn't make it facts. It's time for you to go. See ya, bye. 11:11 on the clock. Make a wish, Sunnyland. Aw, Pokemon. What a shame. Hello, Justin. Yes, I do. How you doing? Wallflower. Did I eat a lot today? No, I didn't. I guess that would also depend on what you consider a lot. But no, I didn't eat a lot. Yes, Bubba, I see it spinning for you. Could be my connection too. Just because I live out in the sticks. Bubba, restart your device. So exit out of the app and then restart your device. I mean, goodness gracious. It's 2:45 in the morning. All we're doing is hanging out here chatting. I reckon I'm gonna go here soon so I can conserve some of my energy for either tomorrow or Saturday. Hadn't decided which way I'm gonna go. Well, that's gravy to hear. Just relax. Yeah, if I'm not getting any readings, Sunnyland, it's almost just, no offense to anyone, it's just pointless to hang out here. There's no point in wasting precious time and energy. I enjoy spending it with y'all, but I don't want you to get burned out or anyone else, any of my other mods, so. And I got the Zodiac love readings to still do. Well, Joe, you know, you can always read the title. That'll tell you everything you need to know. So, it's fixed now, Bubba. Well, that's good. I'll be going here in a few minutes. I need to go through and get some things done, so if I don't have any paid readings, I don't need to be out here, sitting out here. Because YouTube does not pay me just to be out here. I only get paid when people pay for a personal reading. The heck are people talking about now? What the heck? Oh, well, thank you, Joe. I like to think I was raised well. I don't even know who the heck that is. Right, Sunnyland? With a name like that. What? That's crazy. I was just thinking about him the other day. Well, my beautiful friends, it was lovely seeing y'all tonight, today, this evening, enjoying y'all's company and chatting with y'all for a bit. But I reckon it's time to go. So, my beautiful people, I'm wishing y'all a wonderful day, a wonderful rest of your evening, depending on what part of the world you're in. If I didn't say happy Thanksgiving to you, allow me to say happy Thanksgiving. And thank you for everyone who's been here. I greatly appreciate y'all so very much. So, if y'all are interested, I do have a membership you can join where you get special perks, whether that's joining my YouTube membership or my Patreon membership. And I will be on sometime in the next few days to do another stream to do paid readings. But until then, my beautiful people, I'm sending y'all away with much love, light, and many blessings. Until next time. And thank you so much to my mods. I have the best mods. To Diane, Eternal, and Sunnyland. Thank y'all so much for being here. And thank you to everyone else who donated and bought memberships. Y'all are the best. I'll see y'all next time. Good night.